Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a great start. In today's video, I want to share a review of a perfume that I've literally only had in my possession for all of 2 days. That's right, 2 days. But I can't not tell you guys about this perfume. You gotta try it. Listen, if you are at all in the market for a new gourmand perfume to add to your collection, or if you are looking for a signature holiday or Christmas type perfume, you couldn't possibly do better than this specific fragrance. Now, I have to say, this is all thanks to my friend Faith, who has amazing listening ears. You guys, Faith found me a dupe of the Jo Malone Ginger Biscuits, which is a fragrance that I have been lusting after for a number of years. I've heard a lot of really great things about the original. I'm pretty sure I smelled the original in a department store a long time ago and was like, oh, I really like that a lot. But Jo Malone is unfortunately not cruelty free. So I don't personally feel right, giving my money to a company like Jo Malone if they are still going to, test their products on animals. I just don't think that that is something that needs to be supported at this point in time. Like, we have other technologies to safely test all of our products prior to them going onto the market. We do not need to rely on torturing animals to test our cosmetic products. So for me, it's a pretty hard stance. As much as I would love to support Jo Malone, I love a lot of their fragrances, and I actually own a number of their fragrances, but they are all in dupe format because, once again, I'm not giving my money to Jo Malone. Now, if they want to go cruelty-free, absolutely. Next holiday season, if they're like, yep, we are cruelty-free now, I will buy the real thing in a heartbeat. I don't mind spending the money, but it's just the principle. That's kind of the big deal for me. So I am really happy to be able to enjoy this fragrance as a new signature holiday scent in my collection. I'm so excited about this, and I know a lot of you are really gonna love this one as well. And the most amazing thing about this fragrance is that it is under $35. You are getting a 1.1 fluid ounce bottle of this for $33 from the Dua brand. Now, here's the thing. Right now, it's sold out on their website. I don't know how quickly they typically restock these things, but I imagine they will probably be restocking it soon. Listen, when this comes back, if the notes at all appeal to you, just trust me, this is fabulous. So let's go ahead and go through the usual rigmarole here when it comes to my reviews. We're gonna go ahead and read through the scent description that Dua gives us for the fragrance. We'll talk about the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what my nose detects. We'll talk about the overall projection and lasting power of this particular fragrance. And then also, I happen to have a fragrance that I think actually pairs really nicely with this one. So if you happen to have them both, you should absolutely pair them together. I'm a big fan of layering fragrances, and in fact, the Jo Malone fragrance line, the intention is that you can pair different scents together or layer them to create new or more complex fragrances. So I'm someone who will frequently layer different fragrances just to be able to change things up. So if you have never tried doing that, it can really kind of scratch that itch when it comes to wanting to try something new. But without further ado, you guys, we have to get into talking about this, the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit. And again, a massive thank you to my friend Faith. I'm so pleased with this gift. It's made me so happy the last couple days. By the way, my birthday is actually tomorrow on Wednesday. Your girl's gonna be 46 years old. So here's to aging. Listen, it's a little rough, I'm not gonna lie, but being able to grow older really is a gift. So I'm gonna embrace 46 as fabulously as I can. All right. Introducing the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit, a fragrance that unfolds like a sweet symphony for your senses. Immerse yourself in the spicy allure of ginger and nutmeg as cinnamon weaves a warm embrace around you. The essence of caramel and roasted hazelnuts adds a touch of indulgence, while tonka bean and vanilla create a velvety smoothness that lingers delicately. This fragrance is a delectable journey through a bakery of delights where every note is a reminiscent dance of freshly baked, is that warmth? Sorry, my little get $15 off thing is on the side here. It's blocking, I think it's warmth. The Cologne of Ginger Biscuit is our inspired expression of Joe Malone's Ginger Biscuit Cologne, and you'll soon find out why it needs to be your next signature scent. Okay, so the classification for this fragrance is a amber vanilla. The notes are ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, caramel, roasted hazelnuts, tonka bean, and vanilla. And the concentration of this fragrance is an extrait de parfum. All right, you guys, first of all, this is my first bottle of Dua, and I will say I am impressed with their atomizer, so let's check that out. I'm a big fan of a nice fine mist when it comes to, you know, sprayers or atomizers, if you will, so let's take a look. Oh, did you see that? Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like Santa Claus there, but oh my gosh, just absolute perfection. Listen, this smells so delicious. If you really like the commodity milk expressive, they're not dupes of each other. Like they're different fragrances, but they're in the exact same family where they just smell like warm, gourmandy goodness. This is pure heaven, you guys. First of all, the very first thing that I smell here is that beautiful ginger, but it's a very soft ginger. It's not super sharp or aggressive. It's like a soft gingerbread. I feel like that is probably more so than just like ginger. It's more of like a soft gingerbread. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Not overwhelming, not cloying, not too sweet at all. Then it definitely goes into the nutmeg and cinnamon combination. The cinnamon, again, is not a red hot cinnamon. It's more of like that Ceylon, like bakery type cinnamon. You do get that beautiful nuttiness from the roasted hazelnuts in here. Again, you're just getting more warmth from that nuttiness, and oh, it's so well done. The tonka bean and the vanilla. Listen, this is kind of where the fragrance will settle once it, you know, really starts to dry down on your skin. You end with the most beautiful, rich tonka. It has a really nice muskiness to it. The vanilla is absolute perfection. It really does smell like a vanilla bean, not like a boozy vanilla extract or anything like that. More of like the pure vanilla bean. And there is an amber that I think is kind of wrapped throughout this as well. The amber is not listed in the fragrance notes, but it really does give you that warmth, like it's like a warm, slightly resinous type of smell. It's sweet, so I think it kind of fits in with this gourmand fragrance. But honestly, you smell every single note, and every single one is perfectly executed. Nothing is too much. Nothing takes over the fragrance. It is incredibly well balanced, and it is just delicious, you guys. This smells so good. I was wearing this when we had my brother and my sister-in-law and their older kids over for dinner the other night, and both of my nieces hugged me, and they were both like, oh my God, you smell so good. What is that? And I was like, I know, right? I had just received it that day and just kept dousing myself with it, and they were like, that smells good. So it already has gotten me a couple of compliments. And it's not overwhelming. I think that's the best part. I do think that certain times, you know, these more like gourmand or foodie type fragrances can be a bit overwhelming. That's not the case of this one. It is fabulous, you guys. Now, in terms of the overall just kind of strength of this fragrance, I do think it's quite potent. You can see that I definitely apply, I mean, I applied quite a bit, right? but it really kind of builds nicely and slowly. So you can definitely layer this up a little bit more, but I think it actually has a really good strength just kind of on its own right out the gate. It's just one of those scents for me where, I mean, I could douse myself in this and I still wouldn't get enough of it. So I think the perfect amount of strength. What I think I'm really impressed by, and what I think is probably better in this dupe than the original even, is that this, I think, lasts longer than Jo Malone fragrances do. Now, Jo Malone fragrances are colognes, and so, you know, they typically don't last quite as long, I feel like, as an eau de parfum formulation. This is obviously an extrait de parfum formulation here, so I think the overall lasting power of this one is pretty darn good. I do find myself wanting to reapply this after about like 4 or 5 hours, but more so because I just want to like re-up it and just have like a fresh boost of the fragrance. I can still actually smell it on me, but it's one of those where you just could keep going forever, right? But you really don't need to. So you kind of have to watch yourself with that. Overall, listen, the performance of this from start to finish, the fragrance itself, the way that it like mirrors the original so closely, just the wear of it, the projection of it, it's perfect. I have no complaints about this absolutely wonderful, affordable, cruelty-free dupe for something that I've wanted for such a long time. So honestly, I love this so much, and I would love for other people to experience it as well. Now, let me just tell you right now, this fragrance is great on its own, but I had paired this the very first day that I received it. I was first wearing this, which is my beloved Skylar Vanilla Sky, and as you can see, I am actually well past the halfway point with this one, so I'll be needing a new one probably next year. But so I had this on first and I layered the ginger biscuit over top. So let's do a little bit of layering right now. These two together are so perfect. So this Vanilla Sky, if you've never tried it, has a vanilla and cappuccino base to it. There's also some caramel running throughout this as well. And I think that that's kind of what makes it a really good pairing with the ginger biscuit, is that they share some of the same notes to start with. But man, when you pair them together, it just creates the most delicious gourmand. It's almost like you just added a little bit of coffee and some additional sweetness to this by layering this either over top or underneath. I'm telling you, if you have both, you have to layer them. That's a fabulous combination. But you guys, overall, I cannot get enough of that ginger biscuit. And this really, I've been wanting to try some fragrances from Dua this past year, but never got around to it. But this definitely makes me want to invest in some more from them this next year, because the fragrances are quite affordable. I mean, for the most part, it looks like they range somewhere from around like $33 to around $55 for some of the more expensive ones. But even at $55, that's way less than what most high-end fragrances are. So, and the performance of this, it's a good sign. So I'll definitely try more from Dua next year and let you guys know how it goes. Please let me know if you have any questions. I might have time to film one more in-depth perfume review for a little bit later on today. So if that is the case, you guys will get a bonus video today. But I am still in the process of filming all of my holiday decor stuff right now, so I'm kind of trying to focus on that. But anyway, check out the description box. I'll link this one down below. I really appreciate you being here, and a big thanks to Faith for this absolutely thoughtful and wonderful birthday gift. It really did mean the world to me. So, all right, you guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.